Who ever said that fun workouts were only for kids? Why should they be the only ones to enjoy recess? It is time to get a little wild with Wildlife Wednesday workouts. All right, hello everyone. Welcome to Wildlife Wednesday. I'm PJ with ZooFit, and April 8th is Zoo Lovers Day, so I thought what a perfect opportunity to celebrate Earth Month and a lot of wonderful animals that we share this planet with, and a visit to the zoo. So today we're going to do a fun alphabet style workout called Visit the Zoo. We've got 26 animal themed exercises from A to Z, and we're going to have a little bit of fun of picking numbers. How many reps are we going to do of each one? Who knows? I'm going to have a little bit of fun here. So let's go ahead, get started with the alphabet Visit the Zoo. All right, guys, rather than going over all of these exercises before the workout, we're going to go through them as we do the workout. But I do want to go over, again, we have A to Z animals as we are visiting the zoo. We've got Axolotl Crawls, bear squats, chameleon crossovers, dingo leg lifts, elephants can't jump, flamingo squats, and gorilla lunges. We have Hippo Megamouths, Ibis Walks, Jaguar Playful planks, Kangaroo Jumps, Lemur Sit-ups, monkeying around, Newt crawl lunges, Orangutan Crawls, and Peacock Jacks. And we're going to have one little quiet minute. That's our rest period, and then we're going to finish up with some red Panda Rolls, Sloth Stretch, Tapir Trots, upside down Beetles, Vulture Airlifts, Walrus sprawls, an extreme adventure, celebrating the zookeepers, and just our time at the zoo, Yak Grazers, and then closing off with some zebra kicks. You're not going to need any equipment unless you want some. I'm going to be using a mat, and again for my knees when we're any exercise on the knees, and we're going to be using a homemade medicine ball. You can use any object. You can use your water bottle. You can use a weight. You can even use your favorite stuffed animal representing your favorite animal at the zoo. So again, it's up to you. Very low equipment, but a very fun adventure. So let's get started. Are you ready for today's adventure? ZooFit is all about connecting you to the earth in a healthy and positive way. But we can go so much further together. Join the ZooFit tribe on Patreon and receive first to know updates, access to ZooFit projects, added bonus materials, and other special offers. You could even have your favorite animal featured as a wildlife workout. The link is in the description down below. Let's train positive today, tomorrow, and forever. Let's do this. All right, 26 different exercises. Rather than going through all of them at once, so that will take about the whole workout, what we're going to do is just get started. I'll go over the exercise as we're getting started doing them. So again, in our bag, we have the numbers 1 through 26, so totally random. We're going to go down the list this time. So again, starting with A, Axolotl Crawls, and then going to B, bear squats, and then all the way down through until Z, zebra kicks, and again, determining what number we're going to do in our black hat. All right, guys, so let's get started. We're going to start with Axolotl Crawls. I'm going to show you this one first before we get too deep into it. Axolotl Crawls, we're going to start in a plank position, and we're going to lift the opposite arm and opposite leg up into the air in that plank position, staying in that plank position the entire time. We're going to do both sides equals 1 rep. If this is too hard for you, again, staying up in that plank, you need to come down to your knees. We're going to do bird dogs instead. So again, stretching one leg, one arm out in front and behind us as your modification. So guys, those are Axolotl Crawls ready. Let's see what we're going to do. 16. No, these numbers do not go back in the bag. because we have 1 through 26. So we're going to do just one set of 16 of an exercise. So 16 axolotl crawls. Again, 1 is both sides. So ready, 3, 2, 1, 16 on each side. Axolotl crawls. Yes, so Chris's job here today is to count. So I can tell you a little bit about axolotls. These are a type of amphibian. So they are related to newts and frogs, or at least distantly related to newts and frogs. And they are very rare in the wild, but very, very common in captivity, such as zoos and research centers. What we're studying axolotls is their amazing ability to regenerate limbs. Absolutely amazing. And they're one of the few amphibians that can stay underwater their entire lives. All right. Whew, that was great. So we got B is going to be our bear squats. Chris is going to show us how many we're going to do. 15. We're going to get back into that plank position, and we're going to start in a pike, and straight up in a pike. I'll show you from the side. Chris will be from the front. And then we're simply going to bend our knees to come almost to the floor and come right back up. So this is going to be our bear squat. Now, what bear am I talking about? There's many types of bears. We could be talking about polar bears, sloth bears, or panda bears. And which is your favorite bear? This is, again, a great exercise regardless for your quads and your glutes. Even working our shoulders just a little bit. So we're again just hovering over that, over the ground, rather than going right to the floor. And we've got our Chameleon Crossovers for C. Chris is gonna love this. We've got 11 on each side. So our Chameleon Crossovers, this is gonna be a two-sided exercise. I'm going to try and show you without kicking Chris, my beloved, in the face. So I'm going to try and show you from the front. Hopefully you guys can possibly see Chris from the side. But from the front, I'm going to come up into a side plank, lifting my top leg and bringing it over and back to the front. Now, if this is too hard for you to keep your bottom leg up, press that bottom leg to the floor and then keep crossing over. So front and back is 1, and we're going to do 11 on each side. Chris is doing it all the way up on his on a full side plank. If you're unable to do that, you can keep your knee on the ground. Putting your knee on the ground also helps your shoulder. So if you have shoulder issues, or you're just not quite ready to do a full side plank, you can do what I'm doing. Got that knee on the ground. It's still working your glutes. All right, Chris's turn. We're at D. Dingo Leg Lifts. We're going to be on the ground again for this one. 2 each side. Super easy. Well, Chris and I are going to try to get this synchronized so that we don't kick each other. So we're going to start in on all fours, and we're going to stretch one leg straight out behind us. And we're going to bring it to the side, angle to the side, and then we're going to arc over our body to the opposite side and bring it back over. There's 1. I'm going to bring it back over. We're going to do 2 in each side, and there's 2. Now the other leg is coming out to the side. I'm going to arc it over, kind of like a rainbow. I often refer to these as painted dogs, but we're talking about dingoes, which is another type of canine found in Australia. And my pick for E, elephants can't jump. We've got 20. Oh, that's a good one. 20 elephants can't jump. So we're going to stand up for this one. A nice kind of easygoing exercise. Bringing our opposite knee to our opposite elbow to opposite knee at 20 on each side. Now they're the largest land animal on the planet, living animal on the planet, but they cannot jump up into the air like a kangaroo or even like a jaguar or a tiger. But they are, again, being very large, they can just trot through most of their surroundings, stepping over large objects with ease, or using their trunk to move items out of the way. So those are elephants can't jump. Next is F. We're going to be doing flamingo squats. We are going to do 12 flamingo squats. And you're going to need a chair or some apparatus to sit upon for this one. So Chris is going to do it from the side. I'm going to do it from the front. I'm going to show a modification. Chris is just going to do a regular leg out, one-legged squat or one-legged sit down. I'm going to cross my knee with my non-standing leg. I'm going to cross my standing leg with my ankle and stand up. And I am going to, you can also, another way you can do this is sit down on one leg, stand up on two. So we're going to go for 12 on each side. These are flamingo squats or flamingo sit downs. Flamingos are kind of known for one of the ways that they rest is by standing on one leg, tucking the other one in underneath their feathers. So one of the funniest questions I got, which I sort of appreciate, is wanting the guests wanting to learn a little bit more. But one of the funniest questions I got was, why did we cut off the legs of flamingos? And I had to keep a straight face while I said, no, that's just how they rest. 12 on each side. That was great. So now we're at G. These are going to be our gorilla lunges. Gorilla lunges. 4 gorilla lunges on each side. So gorilla lunges, I'm going to be doing, I always do my lunges reverse. If you want to do a step forward, that's totally up to you. But for gorillas, we're going to swing our arms up as we step back and then come on up. Switch sides. We're going to do 4 on each side. There's 2 and 2, halfway. 4. Awesome. Great job, guys. We're at Hippo Megamouths. We got 10. We're going to lay down on the ground for this one. Arms stretched out overhead, and we're going to crunch up, meet our hands and feet in the middle of our body up here. So what we're stimulating is Hippo's huge mouths. And if you've ever been at the zoo, one thing I always recommend is catching a hippo feeding time, so you can really see how big these hippos' mouths are. And there's 10. Nice. And we got 5. What was next? Ibis Walks. Standing back up and going up and down from the floor is part of the workout, guys, so enjoy that. We got 5 Ibis Walks, and these are also known as stork walks. So ibises and storks aren't too far off distantly related, but we're going to swing one leg, our leg out. Opposite arm is going to reach out to touch either the toes or the ankle. And then we're each side. So we're going to do 5 on each side. There's 3. Now, if you can only swing your leg up halfway, great. You do you. That's like you. Keep up the good work. J. These are Jaguar playing planks. We're going to do 6 of these. Once again, you're going to need your object. It can be a weight. Chris and I are using our medicine balls, but you can use your water bottle, you can use a can, you can use a stuffed animal, whatever you have at home, whatever you have readily available to you. You can do this on your knees or in a full plank. I'm going to put the ball right underneath my arms, be up in a plank, and we're going to go bat it from both sides. One. So bat it both sides is 1 rep. Two. If you need to come down to your knees, that's great. Three. So even though they're large cats, ferocious predators, all cats love to play. So we're playing just like the jaguars, tigers, and even lions can play. So your turn, my turn. We've got next is kangaroo jumps. We've got 8 kangaroo jumps. These are our broad jumps. But we're going to go as far as you are comfortable. You're going to notice that Chris and I aren't jumping super far. We're going to do what we can to lessen the impact. More important to land lightly and go at your pace than it is to go as far as you feel like you need to. But kangaroos are known for broad jumps, so as broad as you're able to, you're going to jump, landing very softly. You can keep going forward. We're doing 8 of these, turning around. 3, 4. Chris is stepping. I'm stepping each time. That's great. And 8. Good job. Next, we got our lemur sit-ups. Getting back down to the ground. And we've got 7 lemur sit-ups. So lemurs are known for sunning themselves. So we're going to place our feet together. Try to get our knees to the floor and come down all the way and sit up. Now, if you're not able to do a full sit-up, feel free to start with a crunch, coming all the way down, and then just lifting your shoulders off of the ground. But if you're able to, try to get that full sit-up in, just in case. And our next are the monkeying around. So closely related to lemurs. Lemurs are called prosimians. They're more primitive, but they are primates. And monkeying around are, again, the difference between monkeys and apes, that monkeys have tails, tend to be smaller. That's not always the case, but they tend to be a bit smaller. So we've got 13 monkeying around. So these are 180 jumps. Chris and I are starting facing each other. We love each other. Now we're going to jump away and then jump back forward. We're going to do this 13 times. If the hopping is a little bit too much for you, and if you're playing either you play with us or you're playing alone, 13, or if you draw 20, it's too much for you. You can then do squats and then pivot, squat and then pivot. So here's your modification for that. We've got Newt crawl lunges. This is a great decompressing exercise. 25. We're going to do this total. This is not going to be on each side. We're going to come down to the ground. We've done a lot of jumping around so far. Your heart rate's probably up. These Newt crawl lunges are probably going to feel pretty darn good. I'm going to start from the side. You guys can watch Chris from the front. I'm going to bring one leg up and kind of stretch it out a little bit. And this is a lunge part. And then the crawling, bringing that foot up, is the crawl part is bringing the foot up. The lunge part is stretching. So we're going to do 25 total. And as I mentioned earlier, axolotls and newts are amphibians. And amphibians are just a really fascinating animal. Believe it or not, again, frogs, you probably are more aware that frogs are amphibians. Newts and salamanders are also amphibians. I'm going to come to the front now. And April is not just Earth Month, it's also National Frog Month. So I feel like it's a great time to celebrate all amphibians, not just frogs. That the animals that live both in the water and on land. So frogs first, or newts first part of life, they are tadpoles, and the second phase, they're adult form. They live on land. And it's a really good stretch. Just feeling great. And we've got one more. And 25. Yeah, that was a good 25. That was a good one to get 25 for. All right, we're at O. O is for orangutan crawls. We've got 3. Yeah, this is a fun exercise. So, standing on up, we're going to come to the far end of our mat. Place our hands laterally to the side as far as we can reach, and then hop over to the other side. So we're only doing 3 of these. 2 and 3. This is a lot of fun. We've got one more exercise and we get a break. So we got P is for Peacock Jacks. We've got 18 of these. Excellent. You can do this one of 2 ways. You can do the full cardio, spreading your arms out and jumping, or you can do a step out and modify. But we got 18 of these, celebrating one of the most iconic animals at a zoo. The one animal that gets to roam free. Who let them decide that? And we've got a quiet minute, so this is our rest break. Ooh. Grab some water. Let your heart rate come down, especially after those Peacock Jacks. Oh, we haven't done 26, 21, 22, 23, 24. So we got a lot of 20s we can be doing. All right, let's get back to it. We are on our red Panda Rolls 21. This is a fun one. For our Panda Rolls, we're going to, you do not need to stand up between each rep. We're going to come on down to our butt and roll back, bring those knees overhead, and come up just to our feet, bringing our butt off of the ground, coming up to our feet. Now, if you can't quite even get your hands or your butt off the ground, use your hands to help press that up a little bit. So, now these are typically my Panda Rolls, but red pandas are really cute, and they rollick around very similarly as giant pandas. So this exercise still works really well. An animal from the temperate Asian forests. Red pandas are a favorite for most zoos. Here's 15, 16. Nice. We've got 3 more. 2. 1 more. And last one. There we go. Nice job. And now we're on to the Sloth Stretch. We're going to go back to the ground here. Oh, this will be great. Sloth Stretch. We're going to get into child's pose, stretching both arms out. And then for each rep, we're going to slide one arm underneath. And again, high five your partner and bring the other one and stretch it out. So we're kind of incorporating our cool down as well as our exercise throughout the workout. I like how sloths know how to take it nice and easy. They are so slow that they grow algae on their backs. Yeah, nice even number we can do. We're at T, Tapir Trots, 14. These are fun too. 14 Tapir Trots. I'm going to show you from the side. Basically, we're going to take a lateral march, 4 steps, and then lift our inner leg up, and then go to the other way, lift our inner leg up. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, lift. 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. So tapirs are a really interesting animal, also found in South America, and then one species in Malaysia. Oh, that was fun. We're celebrating. They kind of look like, especially the Malayan tapir, it looks like a cross between somebody said a panda and a horse. So 22 upside down beetles. This is a good number for this exercise. Sometimes you get very lucky, folks. So we're going to do 22 on each side. We're going to bring our legs into tabletop, hands straight overhead. Opposite arm and opposite leg are going to stretch out, meet back up in tabletop. And again, alternate 22 times for the upside down beetle. These are often known in the exercise realm as dead bugs. But what do I say, Chris?
They're not dead.
Dead bugs don't move. So these are just upside down flailing. And if you ever see an upside down flailing bug, help them out. So we're going to be working our core. So keep that core very tight and trying to zip our tummy in during this exercise. My turn? My turn. For the Vulture Airlifts. Come on, 26. 19, that's not too bad. Vulture Airlifts are going to be arm circles and be trying to lift up ourselves off the air with a calf raise. So arms are out overhead, or to the side, not overhead. Do as I do, not as I say. I blame workout dumbs at this point. And if you're counting, you may notice that your calf raises aren't going to equal your circles. So you can count whichever one you feel feels better. You want to count your arm circles to 19? Great. If you want to count your calf raises to 19, that's fantastic too. So just choose which one you like. Is it yours or mine? Mine? I thought I already just pulled that one. One. So just one, guys. We're going to step out into a plank, come into down dog, and then spring up, being what the walrus's scientific name means, which is Rosy tooth walker. We're going to use those teeth, those tusks, to haul ourselves up. So our arms are now tusks. We're going to plant them into the ground, step back, come into down dog. It's kind of like the seal pose, which walruses are a type of pinniped. And then using those teeth, we're going to spring ourselves up. And there's our one. Our one walrus sprawl, walrus tooth walker. Come on, low number. We got extreme adventure next for our X. 23.
Oh, no.
Nice. Woohoo. We got 23 burpees, guys. This is our extreme adventure. Hey, I didn't put any burpees in all workout. You guys can blame Chris for this one.
Yeah.
All right, 23 burpees, your level. Then you can come down, jump out, push up, and then jump back up. There's one. You can eliminate the jump and step out and step back in, coming up overhead. You can even eliminate the push up and come back in. That's up to you. You can do the jumping, but not the push up. And you can even bring the ground closer to you, doing that push up and coming up overhead. So there's tons of ways. You can also, if you feel like you need to, do your burpee against the wall. If that's what helps you do your burpees, I want you guys to do what is great for you, what speaks to you, what's a little bit more fun. How can you make 23 burpees a little bit more bearable and enjoyable? Having a little bit of fun. Part of the fun is it's kind of the questioning, oh my gosh, how many burpees am I going to have to do? We had already hit the halfway mark a little bit ago. So we probably have about, what, 6 more? 8 more. 16. Yeah. I was going to make this a zookeeper burpee because, you know, zookeepers are my favorite animal at the zoo. And we got 2 more left, guys. We have yak and zebra. We have 3 more chips, so 24. 24 yak grazers for Y. If you want to use a dowel rod, you are welcome to. You do not need to do this though. I'll show you with and without. So with this, if you want to use one, it's basically just a good morning. We're going to stretch, keeping the legs straight. Our knees are soft. We're coming down, getting stretching out our hamstrings. You don't have to do it with a pole. You can do this simply just, again, keeping your back straight and your legs straight, hinging at the hips. And again, we're doing 24, so if you want to add some variation, you can reach down and touch your opposite toe. But again, try and make sure maintaining a straight back is very, very important for this exercise. It actually protects the back, but it also, again, what we're doing is strengthening and stretching our hamstrings and our glutes. So you can lift one hand up. You can, again, stay center if that feels better to you. This is a good cool down exercise. We've got 1 more after this. 20. Again, imagining we're yaks. Constantly grazing onto the grass. So, and our last one, zebra kicks for Z, coming down to the floor. We've done these tons and tons of times. We'll do 17 on each side. So we're going to be kicking, really working on keeping our back stable, keeping our hips stable, and just kicking with that hip. What's really helpful is flexing your ankle. And another thing that can help if you are struggling to keep good form is actually to place a small weight behind your knee. Yes, it makes it a little bit harder, but it also keeps really good form throughout this exercise. So 17, what you might be feeling is like, wow, not feeling it so much in my kicking leg, but you are definitely feeling it in your stabilizing leg, aren't you? So you're going to probably be feeling it in the leg that's actually on the ground rather than the one that's kicking. That's part of the exercise. We are strengthening our glutes and working a little bit of our hip mobility here too. 16 and 17. Nice job, guys. You did it. We went to the zoo. We had a great time. What was your favorite animal?
Burpees.
The burpees. Favorite animals are the burpees. Yeah, I still, again, I'd probably say the burpees too. My favorite animal at the zoo is typically the zookeepers. Thank you, zookeepers, for all that you do. Visit the zoo April 8th, Zoo Lovers Day. Happy Earth Day. Guys, see you next time. Woo! How much fun was that? We worked our bodies and our minds a bit, living green and training positive. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you enjoy the workout, make sure to ring the bell to subscribe to get notified of all ZooFit fantastic fun projects. Remember to stay wild and wonderful, and I'll see you all next time.